All right, the Crew Motorfest, another pro settings tune for one of the free playlist cars. I believe you get this from the vintage playlist. The Shelby Cobra 427. Now, it's a Street Tier 1. I thought it was going to be good until I took it into 2 grand races, and it just, it just didn't have enough highway to let it shine, because the only thing that really sets this thing apart is its top speed, which is 198 miles per hour. Most Street Tier 1 cars kind of top out around 187. So this one, you're on a highway, you're gone. You're gone. Now, I fixed a lot of the oversteer issues with this car, but it understeers a little bit, and when I try to take away the understeer, the tail gets real happy, so I'm kind of just going to leave it where it's at. If you want to mess with it a little more, go ahead, but it feels way better than it did. Yeah, let me show you real quick, and then we'll do the pro settings, and then I'll show you the grand race. I mean, this car is not horrible for Street Tier 1. If you kind of throw its weight in, you brake a little early, and you turn in a little early as well, you can kind of reduce the understeer for the most part. But yeah, look, ready? 190. Okay, we almost got there. 198. Yeah, it's pretty stable here. Okay. Sometimes ghost cars aren't a thing. I don't understand why. Yeah, like this thing. We're gonna abort that or retry. Okay, all right, great. Anyway, this thing's more planted, and it's not as crazy as it used to be. And even if you do slide out, it's very easy to control it. But anyway, let's get our pro settings. All right. I went to 60% front brake balance, -6 load on the front on the aero. And as far as suspension, yeah, it's a little wild. Plus 6% stiff on the spring front, plus 10% stiff spring rear. Damper compression front, plus 10% stiff. Rear, plus 20% stiff. Damper rebound, plus 10% stiff, and plus 20% stiff on the rear. Now, you can... The problem is, like, I would usually soften the front up a bit, but it makes the understeer worse. And then when I tighten it anymore, it gets even worse. So I just kind of left it here. Anti-roll bar, plus 10% stiff on the front, 8% on the rear, and -25 camber front and rear. Now, these are some drastic changes to this car. It's better than it was. I don't know. It's all right. It's definitely not one of my favorite cars. I mean, the only thing really, like I said, going for is that top speed of 198. So if you manage to get into Street Tier 1, that is a lot of highway, you're going to win with this thing. But anyway, I'm going to throw up the grand race. You boys know the drill. Subscribe, come back, check out other pro settings videos. All right, Motorfest, trying out 3 tunes here. 3. See how we do. Now, the Shelby Cobra was a 427. Most Street Tier 1 cars top out around like 187. This goes to 198 mile per hour. I fixed it so like the rear end isn't so tail happy and oversteery, but it is a little understeers now. All right. Jesus, what, this is always like chaos. Okay, if we can survive and get through this mess. Oh my god, all right, yeah. Everything's fine, everything's fine. I knew that was coming, but nobody else is slowing down, I'm just gonna send it. It understeers a little bit. Only bad thing with this, you gotta slow down a little more than you're used to. Landed on that guy, okay. Ooh, FCRX7. I mean, if you kind of like turn in early, it's not so bad. Just gotta kind of figure out exactly how to use it. That's all it is. Like, yeah, that's pretty bad there. Wait, there's a NOS in the air. Excuse me, gamer. Oh, we almost didn't make that. Jesus. Oh, God. Yeah, this... I've tried my best to fix the understeer, but the more, like, if I get it to turn in more, the rear gets real snappy. Oh, really, dude? Okay. Well, that's what you get. The rear just gets way too snappy. I mean, it's not bad. It's controllable. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it still gives out like that. See, that's what I was trying to get rid of with this tune, was how it just gives out like crazy. Ooh, yeah, let's just NOS us into the freaking corner. That's appropriate racing. Yes. Jeez. Just start just doing like, God. Just AI races to show you guys these tunes, because these grand races get wild. I mean, it's a free car. You get it from what, the vintage playlist? It's not horrible. If you get like a street tier 1 race that's a lot of like straightaways, you can really kind of, that 10-mile-an-hour extra will really get you out there. But this thing really doesn't accelerate that great compared to some other cars. Like, see, we're just pulling on because we're hitting 190s. Okay, that's not gonna be enough. We're gonna make it? Yeah. Jeez. All right, the Ruvelto.